All right, let's go ahead and give this a shot. This is yet another way I've chosen to record. So in this little video, I want to review how to read and take measurements using the correct number of significant figures. If you will recall, significant figures said that it's all digits in a measurement that can be accurately known, plus a last digit that must be estimated. This estimation means a guess. So we'll write every single number we can observe, and then at the end of all of those numbers, we'll throw on one number that's a guess or an estimate. So on the next screen, we'll see a bunch of these. This top left one, that's reading off of a balance. So when we're looking at that, we're just looking at this little sliver. Now, some of these balances, the top line will be the biggest one, or beam, I should say. But on a few of them, the middle beam is the one that's the biggest value. Now, it's not really super complicated. Just look for the one that has the bigger number, and that's the one that you start with. So let's go ahead and look here. So once again, this is just a cutout of a triple beam balance. This one, I guess, would be a quadruple beam. And what we do is we start with the biggest number, and that would be 100. So this is pointing right at 100, so I put a 1. Then I come here, and this, I know it's not lined up perfect, but it's hard to make these. We'll just say that's a 20. So 120, but we don't put the 0 yet, just like we didn't put the 200s. Then we come down here, and this is 4. But then from now on, we're in a decimal. Now, we know this number is between 0.3 and 0.4, so it's 0.3 something. Then we still know, if we look right careful there, it's right about on the very center. It's whatever, that arrow's not any better, but it's right about the very center, so I'm going to put a 5. Now, I know that it's not past 6, and I know it's not 4, so I knew this was a 5. So I know these 5 values, so the last number must be a number that is estimated, and since it's right on the value, I put a 0. So 124.350 grams would be the measurement from this particular scale. All right, let's try another one. Now, this isn't finding mass, this is finding length in centimeters. So this one's quite a bit easier. I know it's between 2 and 3, so it's 2 point something. I come over here, and you can see, I don't know how I see it on an iPad, but it's past the second little mark, but not past the third. So you know it's 2.2 something. Now then, we do not know anything more than it's this, so we would just estimate, and that looks roughly in the middle, so I would put centimeters. 2.25 centimeters. These are the two numbers I know. This is the number that I guess. All right. Now this one is a graduated cylinder. It's just kind of blown up, but it looks like this essentially. And then in a graduated cylinder, we read this from the bottom of what we call the meniscus. So you can see the meniscus is touching right at this big line. So we can see once again what we know is it's between 20 and 30. So we know it's 20 something. It's touching this big line, which is halfway. So we know it's 25. We know it's not past 25 and not less than 25. All right, so since we know both of these, then there must be one more digit that is estimated. Since this looks to me like it's touching, I'm going to put a 0 and call that milliliters, 25.0 milliliters. All right, the next one I believe is one for you to practice. So it says, what is the reading of this graduated cylinder? Why don't you pause this video for a second and give this a shot. We'll work through it in a minute. All right, so hopefully you were able to do this. This one's a little blurry, I understand, but we can see this red line is a little bit under the big black line there. So it's just like the one before, just a little bit different. It's between 30 and 40, so we know it's 30 something. And it's just under the 5, so we know it's 34 something. We do not know anything beyond that, so I'm going to put it just right in the middle, 34.5, and then graduated cylinders, the unit is always milliliters. Hopefully that went okay. Let's try this one. Now, this one's a little bit tricky. It's a triple beam balance, but do notice, as it says here in red, the big one is here. So you go here, then there, and then down there. So give that one a shot. Pause for a minute and try your best. All right, so hopefully that one wasn't too bad. So we'll look here. We know it's 300. We know it's 70. Then we come down here. We know it's past 3, but not past 4. So we know it's 373. All right, let's erase here. It's pretty hard to see right through here, but it looks like it's past the 1, 2, 3. Just barely past the 3, so we know it's 0.3 something. So then I would have to guess, and it's pretty close to the 3 and not very close to the 4, so I'll just put like a 1. And this would be in grams. Now, if you're pretty good at noticing stuff, you'll notice this one only had 2 numbers after the digit, or the decimal I mean, but this one way back here had 3. And the reason is this one had 4 beeves, the other one only had 3. So this other one was more accurate than this one. All right, hopefully those went well, and that's the end of this review.